Gino Robair with GearWire.com. It's the AES 2010. We're behind the blue curtain with Steve Horowitz of The Code International, who is a composer, game audio designer, bassist, and all-around good guy. You have a rental unit, you have a mixing studio that you work in, but you're tracking a new album. So how do you deal with that?
Well, you know, I've taken the position from my point of view that I could go ahead and try and spend a lot of money and build a room, which I wouldn't do in a house that I'm renting. So, but probably the best model for me is there are tons of studios, great studios around the Bay Area. So when I go out and do tracking, I'll go there. We'll do basics there, and then I bring them back to my place to mix. And at my studio, I have just an octa-core Mac, running Pro Tools 8, potentially maybe Pro Tools 9. Hi, I want to ride on the little car. Potentially Pro Tools 9. If I can figure out why I should buy Pro Tools 9 now that I have an interface. I've worked in the box for years. I mean, I was like one of those guys who was never really great at editing tape, or aligning machines. And the minute I saw Pro Tools, the first time I saw Pro Tools, it was like I was done. So so everything's recorded kind of outside. I might do an overdub or two at the house. Actually, my niece is a singer-songwriter, and I've been recording her demo at our place, and it sounds fantastic. A couple mics, put it up, and go.
So bass and drums are always. You're a bass player, so you need some space, right?
I want to go someplace to track drums and bass and to I guess I'm kind of retro in the way that I really want to start with musicians who are playing music, and that's what we're going to capture, and then we're going to build on that instead of let's stop and edit in Pro Tools every 5 seconds to build something. So that's always the basis.
How do you balance the career aspect with your own personal music?
No, it's a good question. For me, basically, the 10 years that I spent in Manhattan was spent releasing my back catalog. So I jumped early on working with a digital distributor, BFM Digital. So I now have like 15 of my own discs out on iTunes and Amazon, and I send the stuff to them, and they shoot it out to 50 different services. So I got to a point where I basically decided I'm not in the game industry, I'm not in the film industry, I'm a composer and I'm an artist. And if the project is good, that's cool. If not, I have other things to do of my own. Now, I'm fascinated. I love writing music for games, and I have. I mean, for a long time. When I started out first doing interactive stuff, it was sort of a novelty. And it was like, well, we'll see how this goes. Over the years, I was surprised how much I love doing it. And the issues of technology, dealing with different platforms. I've done some iPhone games now, I do console games, but the iPhone games have been some of the coolest stuff that I've done recently. And I have to say, you look at them and they sound cool and they look cool. And so for me, even though I've done a lot of different things over the years, it's become much easier for me to balance my work and other work by sort of taking the anti-Frank Zappa approach. I don't separate them anymore. It's like if you want me to write music for your game, well, if it's the right thing to do, I'll do it, And if I'm not the right person, then you can hire somebody else, or I can help you find somebody else. It's that kind of a thing. It's sort of more audio, a producer approach or an audio director approach to it.
So projects that you enjoy, so you can enjoy and give something of yourself and not just create stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, look, there's always stuff that you're going to do because you need the money, or it's a good project, or it's going to get you over here or there. But over the years, I've been lucky enough, fortunate enough, and it's a decision you have to make too, where you say, I want to work on stuff I really want to work on. I don't want to spend my time working on stuff that doesn't make me happy or doesn't give me, fulfill me in some way. So, yeah.
Steve, thank you very much for your time.
Great to talk to you, Gino.
Steve Horowitz, and we are here at the AES 2010 backstage in the Yellow Box area, so stay tuned.